It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
What's up everyone? My name is Jiah. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, hello, welcome. Here on my channel, I'm pretty much going to be recreating some recipes that I found on YouTube or on Instagram or anything like that. So if you have a recipe that you would like for me to try out, just leave me a comment down below and I will definitely get around to that. But today is extra special because we're going to be making one of my favorite desserts ever, which is cinnamon rolls. So I'm really excited. I've made cinnamon rolls so many times before, but I keep seeing this tasty video of like what they're claiming to be the world's best cinnamon rolls. So I figured I just wanted to try those out and see if they compare to like what I'm used to, or if I have any like, you know, I'm gonna do a taste test and we're gonna see how I feel about it at the end. So thank you so much for watching, and let's just get into what ingredients we're gonna be needing. Here are all the ingredients we are going to be using. So it's just some whole milk, 1 stick of unsalted butter, baking powder, 1 packet of active dry yeast, not the rapid rise, you need the actual active dry one. Some salt, if you have kosher salt, use that. If you don't, I'm just gonna use this, and then some flour and sugar. Okay, so to make the dough, the first step is to bloom our yeast, and we're gonna do that by mixing some regular white sugar, like I said, and some room temperature milk and some melted butter. I would say that you could put these in the microwave for like 30 seconds each, and it should be like a pretty good temperature if you don't have a thermometer. So I'm just gonna pour this into my bowl. This is 2 cups of whole milk, and then this is 1 stick of unsalted butter, and this is half a cup of white sugar. And you want to mix those together a little bit. Just make sure it's like, you know, as combined as you can. And now I'm just gonna add in my active dry yeast, and then I'm just gonna mix those 3 or 4 ingredients together. Okay, so I let my butter milk mixture sit for like 10 minutes, but I wasn't seeing much change, so I waited more like 15 minutes. But now I'm gonna go ahead and add 4 cups of flour into the bowl. So when you're reading the recipe though, it's gonna say 5 cups of flour, but you're not using the full 5 cups of flour right now at this step. So this is the texture of my dough before I let it rise. I thought it was a little runny and could use more flour, but I decided to just stick to the 4 cups that the recipe said. After this, I just covered it with some cling and let it rise for 1 hour. To make the filling, just 3 ingredients, 1.5 sticks of butter, some light brown sugar, and cinnamon. That's it. If you're feeling spicy and you want to add in some nutmeg or something like that, I feel like that could be good, but yeah. This is just a little tip. If you're gonna try to soften your butter, cut it up into little cubes first and then put it in the microwave so it doesn't start melting or, you know, still being hard in some places. So to make my filling, I just combine the butter, the sugar, and the cinnamon and just keep mixing. It'll eventually look creamy like this. Okay, so it's been 1 hour since I set this to rise. And oh wow, okay. Now I'm going to be adding in the 1 additional cup of flour, and this is all all-purpose flour, by the way. And I'm also going to add in 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 2 teaspoons of salt. So here is how my dough is looking. It is like kind of scraggly, but my dough definitely is way wetter than in the video. So I already know I'm gonna have to add a lot more flour before I start kneading it. I shouldn't say I'm gonna be adding a lot more, but I'm going to measure out 1 cup of flour and use as much of that as I need before I start adding any additional flour, because I don't want to add too much. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So now that additional flour I added, about 1/4 of a cup, is combined, I'm going to now turn this out and start to knead it. I'm gonna start kneading. I'm gonna set my timer for 10 minutes. It's so soft, but actually it's not that sticky as I thought it was gonna be. 'Be. 'Cause 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 So as you can see here, as I'm rolling my dough, it's kind of sticking. And this is something that they showed in the tasty video too. So I want to say do not ignore this, because if it's too sticky and you don't add flour, it's going to be difficult to roll it up into the actual cinnamon roll at the end. Here I am just stretching out the dough on my counter, trying to get it into a rectangular shape. I didn't measure or anything, and I don't think you need to either. Just keep pushing it out with the palms of your hands until you get a nice even shape. And then just go ahead and spread your filling inside. And now I'm tucking and rolling the cinnamon roll from one end to the other. So just have fun with this. Like, let it get messy if it's gonna get messy, and just keep it as nice and tight as you can. And here I just want you guys to see like how freaking soft my dough was. So I'm not sure if this was because I needed to add more flour to it or something, but spoiler alert, they still came out good. So if yours is super soft like this, I wouldn't worry too much. I'm not really sure why this happened, but yeah. Okay, so here are my cinnamon rolls in the pan. I'm going to now just let them rest for about 40 minutes and let them fill up the pan. Okay, so the cinnamon rolls just went into the oven, and so now I'm gonna start on the frosting that's gonna go on top. So I just melted me some butter. This is 2 tablespoons of butter, and now I'm gonna show you the rest. So we're just gonna use a little bit of milk. I'm gonna take like 2 tablespoons of this butter, some cream cheese, a little vanilla for flavor, and then confectioner sugar. Okay, so now the cinnamon rolls are completely finished, and I have someone here with me. It's my Chasey! Say hi. Hello. Okay, so Chase is gonna be taste testing this with me. First of all, the smell, it smells amazing. Like, your whole house is gonna smell like cinnamon. I'm gonna insert some pictures of like the actual texture. It looks really fluffy and soft, so I'm excited to try it. Here, you want this piece? Take a bite. Okay, it's actually really good. First of all, I like to talk about sweetness level a lot, just because I don't like when things are like overly sweet for no reason, and I don't think this is. Like, the fact that the icing only has 1 cup of powdered sugar in it, I feel like it's perfect. The dough is like really soft, and everything about it is really good. Like, the amount of cinnamon is perfect. It's not too much cinnamon. I will say that it's not like ooey gooey. If that's what you really like in a cinnamon roll, you may need to double the amount of filling that you put inside and maybe add a little bit extra butter. The inside of this, if you can tell, let me like open it up. Or do you want to say anything about is it good? You like it? You want another bite?
I want that one.
What, this one? So yeah, so it's kind of like it almost dries up inside of it, so you get the flavor, but it's not, like I said, gooey. Yeah, my plate looks kind of gross, but any last words? You just like it? Yeah, I recommend this recipe. You can send me a picture at my Instagram. I'll leave it down below, or if you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, just comment it and I will be sure to get back to you. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.